All right, sweet. Gidley Gang pod time. So I have traded in my old shitty host, and we've welcomed on board our first time podder, Chris Snedden. How you going, mate?
Yeah, good mate. Yourself?
Yeah, lovely, mate. Yeah, feel like I'm moving up in the pod world. Finally got like a
Yeah.
a decent co-host, and yeah, it's off to the races. So
No, I just had that thought before that I won't get to watch this one. I think Marcel said that when he did it as well. It's a bit sad, but
you won't
anyway,
go
it's
back
fun.
and watch yourself, like critique yourself, or
Yeah, critique myself. Yeah, got to do
yeah.
that next time. Tits and teeth.
You're like, oh, when I come back on the pod in 3 years' time, fucking, I get that shit right.
Yeah,
What are you drinking,
I'll
mate?
get
What are you
that right.
drinking?
Just a beer.
Oh yeah, really?
Yeah, yeah. Oh, that's nice.
Same.
Lovely.
Um, yeah, take a sip. We do a drinking game like Marcel did. Anyway, we'll jump straight into the podcast. So I'll just preface this by saying I only saw 1.5 games of footy on the weekend. Away for the weekend. So yeah, good thing we've got you on board because yeah, you saw basically all of it. Yeah.
Yeah, and you missed out as well because basically they said like you're allowed to hit them in the head, you're allowed to shoulder charge, like it was mad.
Yeah,
Everyone played 80, lots of big scores.
just a fucking free for all.
Yeah,
Just yeah, said the game's getting too soft.
yeah.
Steel chair,
Yeah,
steel chair round next week, I think.
obviously it affected a lot of scores as well, but I'm sure we'll get to that as we go.
Yeah, I mean, like, I guess we'll touch on just the rule change now. So yeah, that's massive. Actually, it's gonna really shake up, shake up the fantasy because there's so many send offs, so many,
Yeah,
like three actual send offs, I think, or
yeah.
two.
And
Yeah,
then
and what
um
10, 12 send bins.
yeah, well I think there was one send off. I don't know if there was three, but
There was
there was that.
Papali, and there was
Oh, did he
definitely
actually get sent off, did he?
yeah, and Fui Mayano. Um,
Yeah, I saw that one. That was the one I was thinking of.
yeah,
I tried to Google the list to like make notes of like who got the most send offs, like out of all the
mm,
coaches, sort of thing. There was
oh
heaps of news articles, but they're all going out on like Saturday, like, and they didn't have the Sunday games. I
right,
couldn't find a news article with a full list, but there's
yeah.
obviously there was tons.
Oh, if anyone was playing Fui Mayano, that's on them. You,
Yeah, that's right.
you did that to yourself. But
Ditch that bastard.
yeah, the other thing I was thinking is that I saw before some of these guys are up for lengthy suspensions.
Yeah,
So yeah, 2, 3, 4 weeks. So not only do you get fucked in the game, then you get fucked for the next
yeah.
month.
And if you're versing someone who's got like a half or fullback or whatever, it just obviously opened the game up. Like,
Mm.
obviously we'll talk about Cleary when we get to your matchup, but
Yeah,
just some of those scores, like it was either you scored 5 points or you scored 80 sort of thing, because there was you're playing 12, sometimes 11 players on the other side of the
yeah,
field.
yeah. So
It's just dumb.
you got the impact of people getting sent off, and then you've got the knock on effect of some guys just absolutely carving it up because they're versing like
Yeah,
five people. Yeah,
yeah, that's right.
interesting. Let's see. We'll see how long it goes for. All
Yeah,
right. We'll jump into the first matchup. Um,
sure.
feel free. You've got a notepad. Do you want to show the guys how prepared you are?
Yeah, I was texting you before saying like I want to emulate Todd's as much as possible. And I started writing some notes on my phone today, and then I was like, no, wait, that's not how Todd's does it. So I used Express Post to get this sent up from Ulladulla News Agency because I thought that's how Todd's would do it. So yeah, I got my notes ready to go.
I thought Todd's wrote it on Macca's napkins.
I just thought like, yeah, like a sort of faded pad, like lined pad that sort of
Yeah,
screamed Toto at me.
yeah.
Maybe like an old exercise book would have done as well, but
It's the latest technology in Eldala. They don't have Microsoft Word yet, so all right, cool. We'll jump into it. First matchup. So yeah, Kyle versus Mr. Mike. Mike came home with the chockies on this one. After, mind you, Kyle was talking a lot of trash. I think he
yeah,
said something along the lines of, Mike's a pretender. Um, yeah, and he's kind of been found out. I thought he'd bounce back for sure after last week. He just had like literally one of the worst rounds probably the worst round of anyone all year.
Yeah.
So yeah, bounce back. Yeah. So as
Just
someone,
just short of the 400,
I
and
know.
obviously DCE jumping in straight away, big
Oh,
impact for Kyle. But
yeah. What did you make of that trade? What are your thoughts? Because I had my usual co-host was quite appalled at the trade.
yeah, I don't know. It was pretty funny watching Toto's reaction. I didn't really think much of it, but I didn't like think about it either. I just saw it on Reddit and then didn't really think
Yeah,
about it. But when
you're
Toto pointed it out, and obviously, who did Marty get? Schuster, who was one of the victims of the sin bin as well.
yeah,
Can't remember
and
what he scored, but
Milford.
yeah, that's right.
The
So,
irony
and
is
he,
the irony is that like Kyle's got Cherry Evans and now Foreign's out. So, so yeah, now he's probably going to go even better.
yeah,
Yeah. So Kyle needs himself a new mid. Josh Maguire, he's going to be out for
Maguire,
about 3 weeks, I think.
yeah,
So,
which hopefully means that my hooker plays 80 again, Andy McCulloch, because he's sort of been Josh Maguire's been slotting in there for a bit for him. So
yeah,
anyways, we'll see what happens.
I stopped paying attention, and then I look back, and all of a sudden Maguire's in at hooker, and I'm like, what is going on? But yeah, just
Anyways,
strange times down in the gong. Yeah. So other than Cherry Evans, did anyone stand out for you in Kyle's side, in his losing side?
not really. Obviously, yeah, the scores were affected a bit, but yeah. Mike obviously had that young warrior Walsh on the bench. He scored 74, so that's promising. Not that you'd choose to play him over Gagai with how well he's been going, but
Yeah.
it's good to have an extra fullback doing well.
Yeah, some of Mike's Roosters really gone off the boil there, particularly Takaaho, 25 points.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened with his minutes, or he's been down a lot lately. So yeah.
But then he had Crichton almost hitting 90, doing things like he used to do on the left edge that he used to do on the right edge for South. So if he keeps that up, you'd be stoked.
Yeah, he's been super quiet lately. I did see some of the highlights. How was that pass that Teddy threw to him for a try? Like how did he get that pass away? That was ridiculous.
Yeah, just Teddy doing Teddy things, I guess.
Felt like I was watching Toto back in schoolyard footy, you know, like just still absolute magic.
Magic round.
Yeah, he delivered. So yeah, I mean, other than that, some of the disappointments for Kyle Peachy, he was pretty low, but the Titans were getting absolutely smashed.
Gave away a few penalties, I think.
Yeah, Brayley.
Frustration.
Good for him. At hooker, 55. He liked that, but didn't crack 400, so he can't be too upset. He lost.
That's right.
Yeah, I mean, if you're not cracking, if I'm not cracking 500, I'm bloody, I'm pretty upset. So if Kyle's not cracking 400, there you go. All right.
No good.
No. All right, we'll move on. Actually, M Harper. I think me and Todd were saying on the pod last week, like, who the fuck is M Harper? But he scored 47 points. So, yeah.
Have you seen him play? He looks, I don't know, he looks like a 70s pimp or something. Like he's got this dirty moustache.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow, that is amazing. Character. Yeah. Oh man, if I had more hair, and it was curly, fucking.
I don't collect NRL footy cards, but I think if I did, he'd be my first one I'd buy.
Yeah. Get on those.
Him and that one and done tiger from a few weeks ago with the big blonde mullet.
Oh, Sini.
Sini.
Yeah. I saw someone that's like, if this guy's nickname isn't Zucchini or something's wrong. But no, apparently it's not.
Oh, shit.
All right, mate. Moving on to the next matchup. This is a bit of a sore point for you. So what was the actual? Yeah, I know. What was the actual bet? I guess.
It was a pretty easy bet for me because if I lost, I got to come on and do the pod, and if he lost, he had to do another 1D song, which no one really likes to see. But it was like it all started from that meme, obviously that super bad meme, which I had in the bank and wanted to use for a while. And then so I actually went back to the the record book on the Facebook page, like the actual logable, and just went back like as close to 8 years. And I'm like, who done something dumb 8 years ago? And I'm like, all right, perfect. I'll save that for the matchup.
Oh shit.
And then then he offered that bet. So anyways, maybe we'll get him to do some more singing at some point.
I honestly appreciate that you threw the matchup, so we didn't have to see.
You're welcome.
Yeah, we didn't have to see a Marcel Green 1D performance. I mean, One Direction aren't even relevant anymore, so yeah. Next time we'll get him singing something a bit fresher. All right, mate. Well, talk me through your side. What happened? So I'm looking at McCulloch, and obviously 31 isn't much.
No, yeah, it was already done by then, to be honest. Like, he couldn't have saved it for me. But I watched the first half of that first game with the Tigers, and like in the first 10 minutes, Luke Brooks scored a 50-meter try. Was on like 40 points. Like Dewey was struggling, Man was struggling. They were literally all like on 10 points. I'm like, this is how I'm going to beat him.
Yeah.
And then second half, just all of his players exploded, which seemed to be a trend for the whole weekend. And then Brooks did nothing. And then the most frustrating thing in that first game, you obviously didn't see it, but it was like the first of all those send-offs. And I think, I can't remember who it was that got sent off in that game, but it happened in like the 79th minute. And I was like on a decent score with Brooks then. And Frizzell hadn't done much. And then Frizzell just like literally last play, 5 seconds to go, 10 meters out, fucking Brayley gives him the ball and he just pushes Brooks over. Like, so it's like Brooks got the missed tackle and he got fucking 35 points or something ridiculous.
Yeah.
So absolute garbage try right at the death.
Yeah, I fucking hate garbage time points.
Yeah. I was just praying for an 80+ score all weekend and it never came.
Yeah.
But yeah, you win some, you lose some.
Couple in the 60s. Fisher Harris scored well enough that you've changed your team name to reflect it. Is this going to be a pick and stick team name or?
I don't know until he scores a 30, I guess.
Yeah, and then you'll be Fisher harassed with that bad score.
We obviously spoke about Maguire getting sin binned in that other game, in like the other matchup, Mike and Kyle's matchup, and I had Tupanua in this one. I don't know if I missed someone. Maybe it was just Tupanua in this matchup. So yeah. So far Kyle had one, Mike didn't. I had one, Marcel didn't.
Yeah. Yeah. For Marcel, I think I had Kyle telling me the scores while I was driving down Friday night, and I was a bit surprised to see Dewey score 2 tries. It was funny because everybody was trashing his move to centre, and turns out maybe Madge does know what he's doing.
And I was cheering because I obviously was without Munster, and I thought, all these kick meters coming Brooks's way, but then he just went real quiet in the second half, and Dewey just exploded. Like, he was busting tackles, doing everything.
Yeah, it's funny. You always see like people in these like Supercoach groups on Facebook, they kind of like get carried away early, start talking about, oh fuck, I'm on for like a huge score here. This player, they do nothing, or they fucking trash talk someone who's gone bad in the first half, then they explode. I'm like, people never learn. They never learn.
No, so, you just shut your mouth. Shut your mouth.
Yeah, shut it. Shut your fucking mouth. Tedesco, 80 points. You wouldn't have been hoping Teddy found his form this week, would you?
No, that's right. No, and same thing, first 20, 30 minutes doing nothing, and then that miracle try that you spoke of, popping the ball up and then just kept it going all second half. Yeah. So he's found his mojo.
Classy Teddy. The cream rises to the top.
That's right. Just in time for Origin, so that's fine.
Yeah. Everyone started talking about, maybe Trebojevic should be the fullback, and Teddy's just like, nah, fucking don't think so, boys. Yeah, get to the back of the line, bitch. Take your fucking shitty hammies with you. Yeah, so Tavita Pangai and Rain, pretty poor for Marcel.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, all things considering, 475 is pretty good.
Yeah, that's right. He did well.
Yeah, his
Nice
backs
win, mate.
carried him. Even like
Yeah,
had
top of the table too.
even had DWZ on his bench, 66. I think he was saying like he was. I don't know if he's considering dropping Teddy. No, he wasn't doing that. He's considering maybe Dewey, but yeah, wouldn't have mattered.
Oh, just quickly too, I've ran with Jai Arrow for about the last 4 weeks. Showed the faith. Finally, like, nah, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Scores his first try for the Rabbits, 69 points.
Yeah, I think that came up in discussions with Kyle, and I was saying like, yeah, I think we said on the pod last week, it's probably wouldn't be playing Arrow after that performance, and then fucking damned if you do, damned if you don't. So.
Oh well, at least you even when they're on the bench, so long as your players are playing well, you'd rather that than play shit.
Put it this way, you wouldn't have won anyway, so.
That's right.
Yeah. All right, moving on. Next matchup. So, the real reason Toto's not on the podcast is, he's lost, and I'm officially the pod captain. I think we made that bet last week. So, yep. Poor Todd's. He'll be back soon. All right, you can talk about Toddy's team on behalf of him. Where did it all go wrong? And other than on draft day, but where did it go wrong?
It could have been him changing his team name, right? Like, I mean, Travojevic scored 59, and that's respectable, but it wasn't Turbo time. Turbo didn't have his watch on, didn't know the time. Too many sub 20 scores in this one as well.
Turbo was on daylight savings.
Showed up an hour late. He only had 127, but
Lane
just
doing nothing. Off of Hingawe, he got
India. He was being, so did Papali, obviously. So
Papali straight send off. Yeah.
Yeah, doesn't help.
Yeah, no good. He started out all right. I think with Aitkins pretty early. Actually, he started out shit because of Hingawe got sin binned. So yeah, never really got going. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, when I was writing my list of notes as well, I was like, oh, Burton must have got sin bin as well, and I checked it. No, he played the 80. I was like, fucking, how many tries did the Panthers score? What did you do, mate? And then I had a look, and Toa got nothing either, so there's just nothing out that left side.
Yeah, no, there was nothing. I think he was on 0 points at halftime. And you know what? I saw what Cleary was on, and I was just like, okay, whatever.
Makes up for it all.
Yeah,
it's just funny because that was Toto's worst fear. He verbalized it in the pod last week. He said, I just hope Jerome Hughes can sort of stay with him. And like Jerome Hughes scored 67, and it wasn't even half of your scores.
Oh, yeah, I know. Let's talk about Cleary. Just another fucking level. Like that's outrageous.
Not applicable, but did you captain him in Supercoach?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, good. Yeah, it's a good feeling, eh?
It saved me in the end. Won me my match up in my cash comp.
Nice.
Yeah, it's Cleary's like having a cheat codes on,
Yeah.
I'm just looking at his average now, 96.6. That's fucking crazy.
Unbelievable.
So that could easily creep up to 100 the way he's going.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll talk about.
Sorry, just quickly, is that what's highest score in fantasy that we've seen?
That's it. That's definitely it. Yeah, for sure. I think.
Okay.
I think it may be 120-ish before. I mean, I'll try to find out, but I'm 99% sure that's the highest. So, yeah. Yeah, it wasn't all roses. So Dufty injured himself.
Yeah, no good. Shoulder or something?
Yeah. Thankfully, Mitchell's back next week.
Straight in.
Yeah, Garrick's actually been really good anyway. So 51 this week. I kind of had a bit of a conundrum on my hands. Like, who was I going to play with Mitchell coming back? So, yeah, the injury kind of makes that easy.
Makes it easy.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Got
mean, go on.
I was just gonna say, like, Stokes with Tamalolo, then you got Tino 50 on the bench. Like,
Yeah.
there's good things there.
Yeah, yeah. Welch has been like just scoring those low 40s. Yeah, I guess with Tino, he's just done me dirty a few times. So,
Yeah,
slowly build
be hard to play.
build the faith again.
Yeah,
Yeah, Brayley just keeps doing Brayley things. Yeah, with Burton, I think I'm not gonna hold it against him. There was a lot of the outside backs didn't score much. I don't think Luai scored much. We'll see when we get to Jared's side, but
no, he
man,
didn't. Yeah, you're right.
Cleary just dominated everything. So absolute carve up.
Yeah,
Yeah. All right. Too bad, so sad for you, Toto. Catch you
I
next
love
week.
Todd's.
Yep. See you in the bottom four soon, Tots. All right. Speaking of bottom four, so yeah, the bottom four all played each other this week, which is pretty wild. So
Yeah,
it was kind of like high stakes. There was all to play for. This one is super close. This might have been the closest matchup of the round.
did Kirsty lose a close one last week as well, or maybe win a close one? I can't remember now. Anyways,
Kirsty last week. Yeah, she did. She lost to Jared by 5 points.
yeah, that hurts. Hey, 2 weeks
know.
in a row.
I reckon I
That was me
remember a
last
few
year,
close
every
ones with you as well. Like I've lost like one to you by a couple points or shit like that.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah. So, what happened here? Talk me through
Well,
Marty's side.
There's just too many sub 20 scores once again. Like, what's that? 21, 27, 27, 27. Like, there's not much that stands out in these two. Like, Moses on 60, but you sort of want that from a premium half.
Yeah.
Poor Marty had K-Brum on the bench for 70. That was his first try of the season.
Your first and only.
Once again, with the sin binnings, Schuster, that great trade from Kyle.
Yeah,
and can I just point out,
yeah, go on.
Marty has a 6-man bench at the moment.
I know. He needs to fucking drop someone. It's just like I said it to Kyle over the weekend. I'm like, Marty needs to drop someone from that trade. So
I don't even. Yeah. Anyways, if you want a 6-man bench, ask Marty. Everyone, he knows how.
Yeah, just like Kyle, 2 for 1 year, and just never drop anyone. He probably can't make any waiver claims now until he drops someone.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Oh well, who needs a waiver when you got Mitch Pearce, Nakore, Graham on the bench?
Look at his bench though. He's got fucking
Hodgson,
2 suspended and 2 injured. So yeah, 6-man bench ain't helping him.
No good at all.
Yeah, I mean Hodgson, I think he's suspended for a few weeks.
Okay.
Yep, not too bad considering he's got Starling. Yeah. That was almost his best player, other than Schuster. Schuster actually did pretty well considering he got sent off.
Yeah.
So,
that's right.
Did he play a bit in the? I think he played in 5-8 after Foreign went off. So.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, be interesting to see if he starts.
I reckon he will too.
Yeah.
Oh, who knows, really?
Yeah, I think Mitch Barnett's been a bit ruined by Fitzgibbon's return.
Yeah.
Same with Watson. Although I did see just before the coach was saying like, yeah, no, there's going to be fucking mass changes after that loss to the Tigers. So
yeah, okay.
We'll see what happens. Sometimes when coaches say mass changes, what they really mean is like one change.
Just pretending they're doing something.
Yeah. Just chuck a 6th man on the bench, whatever.
Yeah.
Backs real good for Marty. That's what won him. So Ferguson, Noffo, they really didn't deliver. Funnily enough for Curse, she's dropped Kennedy after that's like -3, and he scored 43. So she's done your equivalent of Arrow.
Yeah.
So
can't win.
No. Yeah. All right. That'll about do it for this match up there. So yeah, that keeps Marty in the hunt for the top 8. Next matchup, Rhett. Good win over Austin. So Austin's in all sorts down there. Yeah. Talk me through this one.
All right. Well, the only sin binning that I could see was Ricky, who I'm pretty sure Austin played, and he's already subbed out for RCG, who scored 2 tries on his bench. That stings. So he's straight into the side now.
Yep.
Yeah,
Ricky's suspended for 2 weeks. He's taken an early guilty plea.
Robson and Drinkwater were just killing it for Rhett. He'd be stoked with that. Robson, just like watching that game, played really well. Like he was just doing everything. But yeah, other than that, like 35 from Brimson, not enough. Same with Dane Laurie and Gutho on the other side. Like Gutho was busy, but obviously didn't look great, or maybe had heaps of errors or something. Check, no good. Harawira Naira 57. Is that the biggest? Yeah, that's his biggest score, I think.
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
not enough for Ricky Martin.
Nah, 57 when that's your biggest score. It's it's no 144, is it? Let's be real. No. Yeah, Robson killed it. Fucking time to trade Harry Grant, eh? So
yeah, that's right.
I mean, Grant's been like pretty unreliable. I was going to trade him into my Supercoach side, and then, well, last minute he's all of a sudden he's on the bench again. I was like, no.
Now injured.
Yeah, he's injured a lot actually. Tarek Sims is going to be out for about 3 weeks, I think.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's got Garner on the bench. Not exactly a gun.
Yeah. But he's probably, unless he trades, like there's really no one else. So
yeah, nobody's giving away edges. It's a shit show out there for edges.
Yeah.
Yeah. How long is Rapana out for? Don't know. Haas too, 41. That's trash for Haas. That's not what he paid for. So he's really getting got stuff all out of his first 2 round picks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought at the time it was a mistake to get 2 guys who were out for like the first 5-6 rounds. So,
yeah, like you really got to be able to cover those injuries well and not be sitting at the bottom of the table when they come back and have to fight your way back up.
Yeah, it's one thing for like a coach who's shown that they can stick it up the top regularly. It's another thing for Rhett, who is a bit of a cellar dweller to do
Risky
that. So,
move.
yeah. He's gone all in on. It's like going all in on Dogecoin. Like you could be a millionaire or you could be on fucking the queue for Centrelink. So.
Just quickly as well, like weeks and weeks ago on the pod where you like explained like the Diamond Hand Moon Boys, like I feel like like within the next 3 days I heard either Diamond Hand or Moon Boys, and like I knew what it meant. It wasn't just like I was like, oh, okay.
This is an educational podcast.
Exactly.
I was teaching also bike, just MotoGP outside. I was teaching Kyle about the word hodl on the weekend. It's like a bit of a crypto term. So instead of holding, you're hodling. So Kyle is changed his team name. And his unofficial team name is the Mitch Dunn Hodlers, because he reckons Mitch Dunn is a gun and he's just gonna hodl him until the end of time. I don't know where it came from, but I don't think he's even playing Mitch Dunn, to be honest. So yeah. Anyway, we'll get to his team soon. Final words on these guys. Oh, actually, maybe I shouldn't talk about it, but Austin messaged me today, and he was considering a trade with Kyle. So go figure, a trade with Kyle. Kyle never trades, but he was looking for a fullback. So he said, "Am I crazy to offer Paulo for Isako?" And I was like, not really. I mean, like Paulo's not really doing anything.
not using him.
And Isako's not like, not that. But really, like Isako's only averaging like about 4 points more than Dane Laurie. So I don't know. I don't think he gains too much. I was kind of just like, you do whatever, mate. So let's see if Kyle's interested.
I could give him Brooks if he wants to be the real Brooks Brigade. That was going to be one of my team names today, but then I changed it again.
The real Brooks Brigade.
Brooks Brigade, IRL.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Austin wishes he could play. Austin wishes he could miss as many final series as Luke Brooks. All right, moving on. Last matchup of the round. Wow, love this matchup. Oh, what a result!
Had everything.
Jesse losing. It had Jesse losing everything. So yeah, talk me through some of the highs and lows here.
Well, we'll start with his backs. We spoke about Toto, like just getting nothing on that left edge, and I don't know, like he's so good to watch as a winger because even if he's got nothing, like just coming out of his own end, he'll always make about like 10 post contact meters and 3 tackle breaks every time he touches the ball. Whereas I don't know, they just had him covered, and he was up against, who did they play? It was a tall winger, so he got found out a few times under the high ball. Anthony Don.
Right.
So yeah, he probably just struggled a bit with confidence or whatever. And then poor Jesse with Pappy, I was texting him when, like, you know, you getting all those little Facebook updates saying, oh, I'm at training, like I'm at Melbourne training, and you can see him like he's going to play. Yeah. He's the only one kicking goals. Like, so I texted him, he's like, yeah, nah, like never in doubt. I was always going to play him. And then to play him and him to get KO'd for 8 points and have Hines on the bench to score 70. I think I saw a stat that Hines' PPM was better than Cleary's in terms of what he was playing. So, yeah.
Oh, really? Yeah. He would have been much better off. He wouldn't have won even with Hines anyway. So, similar case to what happened with you. Is that the one where Fuimano got sent off? Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah.
Is it? Yeah. Yeah,
no, that was it. He was standing there guilty for about 15 minutes while they were getting the stretcher and everything out there. So
I know.
He just knew he was going to get sent, but just had to stand there for, cheers, let's see ya.
Yeah.
So,
unfortunate.
Jack Bird, no good. Whiten was another one that got sin binned, and he also had, Jared had Sewer, was the other to get sin binned. So they had one each, so that sort of evened out, I guess.
Yeah. I think Whiten is going to miss 1 week. So poor Jared. His old halfback shuffle. He's literally played the guy who scored the least.
I reckon he got a hot tip from Gus. Hey mate, play Luai.
Yeah, where's he running to Gus? That photo too is like super blurry. It's like they're on the beers like together, and they take that real messy late night photo.
I don't know why. Like, it didn't even apply, but I just I almost wanted to post that meme, like of what's his name, Mr. Burns going, "Take me home, Smithers. I'm not defrosted yet." Like Gus just looked like I don't know, when Jared walked away, like Gus was still posing for the photo or something. Like, I think because I don't watch Channel 9 anymore, I forget like he's still around, and then it's like, oh shit, that's Gus Gould.
Gus is like, ketchup. Where can I buy the Gus O's? Oh Jesus. No.
Yeah. So, and he had 57 on the bench from Williams and 62 from Walker, so that stings a little, but he got the win, so who cares?
He's just got too many options, man.
Yeah.
He should trade one of them, but he's.
And then he's got RTS. It kind of sucks for him because they're obviously transitioning that Walsh kid into the fullback position. So RTS was out on the wing for most of it or all of it. I can't even remember.
Yeah, it's definitely not ideal.
Scoring 50.
He's been good for him at centre. Crichton's kind of picked up his game too, yeah?
Yeah, he's better at centre, obviously. Like, he's a centre. He's not a fullback.
Yeah.
Thompson 56. Stoked.
Yeah. Yeah, Papali'i. Reduced minutes for him, I think. 37. I think I saw somebody complaining in a Supercoach thing about how they'd paid like 800K for him, and no, he's like gone off. So as a non-owner, I was pretty happy. Yeah, Nakora 54. Yeah, also pretty good. That's his highest score. So there you go. No wonder he scored 320. Yeah. And his boy Flegler didn't do anything. So sad times.
Oh well, it's always next week.
Yeah. All right. Let's have a look at the ladder, shall we? Boom, boom, boom.
Yep.
Yeah, just quietly. This is one of Marcel's worst team names, I think. What do you think when he came out with that?
I gave him props for that name because I obviously just did like Marcel Blows, so that he would name his team name Marcel Sucks. And then when he came up with that, I was like, yeah, no, that's pretty creative. So
yeah,
well done, Marcel.
Yeah, well, do you like candles? Can you confirm or deny?
I have,
Ooh,
but I don't.
There you go. Breaking news on the pod. A real scoop. Who even needs a league journalist on the pod to break news? Just quietly, Toto can't really call himself the league journalist anymore. When was the last time we saw a big write-up,
I just live for that adios at the end, but I haven't seen it for years.
Yeah, I know. Sad time. He doesn't even throw up the shuckers anymore, like he's a broken man down there in 7th spot. Anyway, so Marcel's up top. Mike keeps the dream alive, back up in a second. I finally cracked the top 3 after being just outside. So thanks for losing, Jesse. Down to 4th. Jared, the quiet achiever. 5th spot. Not a lot of hype. Not a lot of hype around his side. Obviously, a lot of discussion around his halfbacks every single pod episode. Kyle, just hanging around there, charging up for his late season run. Todd's, slipping. Yourself, just hanging in there. So, ideally for you, Marty would have lost. So, but
that's right.
I know. Kirsty, it's all but over. The dream is over. It's time to start planning for 2022, I think. So.
Well, she can, I don't know. She can start fighting to not get the balls, I guess.
That's true. That's something. I think it was a while there where it was like Kirsty was the most successful regular season coach. And then I took over like for the most wins, and she's been slipping a bit recently. But we all have
Kirsty
a bad season.
This?
No, I don't think so.
Well, I better text her then, because one thing I learned last year is when you are most likely going to get the balls, then everyone just starts harassing you for your best players, saying, "Look, you can't win, but just give me him, and I'll give you this person, and then maybe you won't get the balls." Fuck, you got to rather get the balls and give you my best player.
Yeah. It's kind of, when you say people harassing you, do you mean like me? Because I reckon that's something I would do.
Oh, you probably did.
Yeah.
There's like you, Kyle, Marcel. I reckon everyone up at the pointy end put in a little offer. But.
Yeah, it's rude to not sniff around and just kind of, oh look, mate, come on, you got to do something here.
Yeah, for sure, but it's it's not even like a good trade. They don't even have to show you the dignity of a good trade. It's like they preface their trade offer by, well, look, you're not going to make the 8. So
I try to say, hey, look, you're not going to make the 8. So you need to do something. You need to do a crazy move. Let's see if we can give you something to make the 8. But at the same time, I'm trying to take your best player. It doesn't really work, does it?
Shining a turd. At least you try and make them feel good. But
I started looking at Kirsty's side early on, just for potential trade options, and I didn't see anything. She had Trebojevic, who wasn't really killing it.
I don't know
Yeah,
if it's just my experience, but I have found it harder to trade this year. Like I've had a few people trade with me, like come to me and initiate the trades, but I have spent a lot of time just looking for trades, and I don't know if it's the whole edge thing, but like it's just hard to find something that's worth it to you and worth it to them, like, and to even talk about it to begin with, sort of thing. So yeah, like I probably still made the same amount of trades, but they're all people coming to
mm,
me and making a good offer and just straight up like you did at the start of the season with
yeah,
Cam Murray.
yeah. Well,
Same with
you had a need,
Austin.
like you needed a hooker, and I had a
That's right.
couple. So
Yeah. Same with Austin last week with Tapau and Jackson. It was like, yeah, well, I'm not doing nothing with him. So
mm,
see what happens when Jackson gets back. But other than that,
yeah, that might have been one of those things too, where like maybe you wouldn't have done that trade with Murray. If it was a bit later on, you would have been like, oh, edges are too powerful.
yeah.
I would have been pretty screwed, I think, if I didn't make that trade.
Yeah.
But I reckon similar. Yeah, people really holding on to their edges, and I don't know. I'm wary of not making too many like changes, like just for change's sake. And I was talking to Kyle on the drive back, and he was saying that he just gets like he can't not trade. He just like, oh no, I need to make changes, and then it's like at the end of the
Mix it up.
season, the deadline comes up. Oh no, got to do it now. Like otherwise I can't anymore. So yeah, except for Mitch
Yeah.
Dunn.
One other thing about the ladder as well, like I feel like in previous years there's probably been more like, I won't say unfair, but in terms of like people above you on the ladder scoring way less than what you're scoring. And obviously, like you're coming to the top now,
Mm,
like you're up in third with 4,700 points or closer to 4,800.
yeah.
Obviously, other than Jared, there's really, besides like 20 or 30 points here and there, like everyone's sort of where they should be in terms of like matchups and stuff.
Yeah, you're right. Actually, I hadn't realised that Jared had scored quite a bit less than others. His points against is about the same, whereas you look at
Yeah.
like Kyle, next one down. His for and against are both in like the 4,300s. So I mean
Yeah.
that's like fantasy, man. That's as old as time, because I've had years where I was Kurt Gidley points master, and I think one year I didn't even make the top four. So just
Yeah.
gets ridiculous. Yeah, and then the
Yeah.
finals, one bad matchup and you're done. So, yep.
That's it.
Hopefully this year will be a little bit different. We'll soon find out.
Hopefully. But, like going off this week, I don't want to talk about it too much, but the NRL obviously aren't going to back down now in terms of, and it's the right move in terms of long term. Like it's the same with the shoulder charge. Like you got to protect players. You just got to make a call and say we're doing it from now. Everyone's pissed off for a few weeks, but it could, like, as unpredictable as the end of the season and the finals have been, like this could be super unpredictable in terms of send offs and HIAs and suspensions and all that sort of stuff. Like,
Yeah.
hopefully the players will learn, but they are NRL players. Like they take a while to adjust.
Well, there was one there at the end. I can't even remember who it was. Oh, it was SASA. He was the third send off.
Okay, yeah.
That was like the final game of the round, and he'd seen the
Yeah.
crackdown, and he just came flying out of the line. He got called offside.
I
So the
remember
ref,
that now.
the ref called him out, and he's just come out flying at the line. Big,
I'm here now. Might as well get my money's worth. Boom.
yeah, he fucking hit him with like the wrestling clothesline, and
Yeah.
yeah,
Same with Moses Leota.
yeah,
He did the same thing in that last game. So,
they
but,
can't help themselves.
I mean, and there's the unlucky ones as well. Like some players got sin bin where they sort of bounced up off the chest, and the refs were just told not like send them, sort of thing. It was careless, is the word they use. Even if it did bounce up, but
Yeah,
and then it's hard to do. But there were, I don't know if you only didn't see it as much, but like players got away. Like Madison smacked someone in the head and they just didn't see it, sort of thing. So
yeah.
people get lucky as well, obviously.
Madison's like, I fucking know all about head knocks. Here you go, fucking.
Yeah, I know.
one.
If I hit him right here in the temple,
Yeah. That's if I
That's
hit
6
him
weeks.
there, it's that other spot. Oh, that could be 12 weeks.
Yeah, This is where it hurts, right in the back there.
Yeah, a falcon. That could be a career-ending injury. All right, sweet. Well, yeah, we might cut it there for the pod. Yeah, easy to say the best pod ever, I reckon.
And this is good fun.
Yep.
Really enjoyed it.
Thanks for coming on, and adios.